One world, one crew.
And there you are. We are recording.
We are recording One Crew Podcast, episode 4.
Welcome back.
You
This
know,
is Dylan.
this is Matthias. You know, Siddhartha Gautama, who was a Buddhist monk, says, "You are born again each day. It is what you do that day that matters the most."
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a translation, so there's several different ways you can say the words, but the sentiment behind the words is what matters the most, you know.
Damn right.
Each brand new day is a new day for you as a
Mhm.
being to exist. And that's what we're talking about today, right?
Exactly.
Being.
Yes. Figuring out, being, right? And I really want to narrow in on how when you, so I'm 20. A lot of us 20-year-olds, 18 to 24, even some people who are fucking 50 still don't know who really they are. I want to talk about who you are and how you can find out who you are, because it's a lot simpler than people really make it out, don't you think? Like,
Yeah,
all the time people in high school, they're just stressing about this shit, and my experience was everybody in my circle in high school was freaking the hell out, and they just couldn't decide on certain things, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to go to college. And what I did was I took my time and I just relaxed and decided to test out a bunch of different jobs. My brother, and that's exactly what he did. He had one really nice job that he liked as a meat cutter, and he would bounce in between, and whenever he needed the money, he would go back there. But if he wasn't and he was trying to find something new, and he still does this, he's trying to find something new, he goes out and just tries a new job. And so many people nowadays don't trust themselves. Literally, that's just it. They're scared, right? You know, that's what we've talked about for the past each episode, right? Since we started.
Yeah.
You got to be okay with the change, and you got to be comfortable with making the sacrifices to be able to reach what you want. And I mean, Matthias, you could break that down into a million different ways, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices you can do each day.
There's so many things. But when it starts all out right, you got to look inside yourself and see what it is you enjoy and what it is.
What makes you happy.
Right. And really narrow in and do some fucking self-introspective shit and think about what it is that you actually like to do.
But you see, what we're talking about right now, you know, there is doing what makes you happy, and then there is doing what makes you money, and there's a fine line to draw in. Are you willing to sacrifice doing something you enjoy to make more money so that you can do different things you enjoy?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you willing to sacrifice the potential to make more money in order to do the things you truly enjoy?
Exactly.
And that's a line that people have to draw for themselves. Because, you know, if you want to be a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, that is 22 hours of your life every day.
Yeah.
You know, that you
It's
are
hard.
you are a dog and you are working for the machine.
Yeah.
And eventually, you know,
Hopefully it pays off.
hopefully it pays off.
Right, exactly.
And I think with hard work, most people can achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why most people don't do that is because the sacrifice of your entire life just for the pursuit of money and the pursuit of making money for a company, and the only way you'll make money is by constantly being there making money for the company.
Exactly. Right. And that's just that even stirs up thoughts of investing and all that stuff where you're losing out on so many opportunities just because you want to be a CEO working.
Well, that's what
life.
investing is. It's sacrifice. It's sacrifice of the now for the tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where you got to back it up and say, do you really want to be a fucking CEO?
Do you really want that?
You, most people, you do not want that shit. It is not a fucking happy-go-lucky lifestyle. You are in the public. You are a face. You know, people are all there. If something fucks up in the business, that's on your ass. And people don't realize that's a lot of pressure to deal with, especially when you're talking about these multinational fucking billion-dollar businesses. But take the time to really look at yourself and see if it is something that you want to do like a CEO, or if it's something you want to fight. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fucking fight,
You gotta fucking fight.
You gotta fucking fight.
You gotta
dude.
train.
You gotta train your ass off. You are not in the situation that you are just like, well, some people obviously, you know, the people who have made it, right? But we're talking about beginning, right? We're talking ground level shit. You're gonna have to find some job that's fucking like flexible with your schedule, right?
Yeah.
That's number one.
Doesn't matter if you get hit.
Doesn't matter if you like look fucked up and you're like all nasty looking. Because let me tell you, you're gonna look fucked up if you're fighting all the time.
Well. You gotta fight, but also, you know, I'm not trying to get hit on the face so that my face is constantly bruised.
Right, training and stuff.
You gotta train,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's also a big difference between like, yeah, an occasion, you know, every 3 months. You gotta go hard. You gotta get your fucking shit beat.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta understand where you're at. You gotta keep yourself humble.
Uh-huh.
But it's what you do after the fact that matters the most. But you can't always be getting your ass kicked. You're not learning if you're always tired. You're not learning if you're always in the situation where you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is good to step back and breathe.
Right. But I was just saying, like, obviously not focusing on like your aesthetic or like your fucking appearance and shit like that. But just like you're gonna have to be able to make sure you can supply yourself with the income then to be able to do what you want, right? You're gonna have to sacrifice things to be able to make sure that you can actually get to. All right, sorry about that. So a little bit of a mishap with the recording, but what we were saying was just talking about like how whenever you are like in the amateur stages of fighting, you just have to make sure that you're willing to make the sacrifices of working a dead-end job a little bit or some sort of middleman job just to be able to
a job that
yourself.
You truly don't enjoy.
Exactly. That's where when you're finding yourself, right, and you're doing the process of finding
self-searching,
self-searching and finding jobs. You have to find jobs. It's an action. You have to go out and spend time looking for a new job, finding one, getting the interview, hopefully getting the job, and then whenever you get the job, you have to spend time at least
learning
6
the
months,
job,
learning
actually
the job, trying it and figuring out if the nuances are okay with you every single day, and you can actually see yourself learning and enjoying this experience.
You can handle being around those people.
Job environment, all these job conditions, all these different things you need to consider. And that's you as the individual. You need to think about those things for yourself, right? And that's where what I was getting at with the fighting. If you're going to fight and that's what you're dead set on, you're going to have to also understand that you're going to have to work and just fucking work some sort of job to be able to get yourself to where you need to go.
You got to pay for training. Yeah. You got to pay for food. You got to stretch.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stretch. It sounds like you don't necessarily need to pay for that, right? But, I mean, like, there are techniques and stuff.
Yoga, you can pay for good yoga,
exactly,
hot yoga, stuff like that. You know, if you invest money in yourself. There's a saying in Mexico about all the boxers. They always die broke because they put it all into their passion. But when they're in their passion, that's when they're happiest. It's what they love.
Right.
You know, it's
okay.
It's dying fulfilled with what they wanted.
Exactly. No regrets because you did what you did whenever you could.
Yeah, do you think Muhammad Ali regretted a second of his life at the end?
Fuck no, dude.
Greatest boxer of all time.
Man,
built a legacy, built a life.
Whole lifestyle. That guy is a beast.
But, you know, with sacrificing things, sometimes it's really easy to get in a comfortable spot in your life, and you have to sacrifice that being comfortable.
Exactly. You can never
to
settle.
Find yourself. You can't settle.
Yeah, you can't settle. Even whenever you do find or you find yourself like happy, right, in that moment, and you find yourself a job or you're finding yourself settling, you gotta stay motivated and to be able to push yourself further and keep on searching and keep on figuring out what's gonna entice you to be better, to be somebody that you weren't 3 days ago, yesterday. Because, like you said, every fucking day we're born again. And every single day we have the potential to be great.
Yep.
Just like that fucking quote.
I mean, it's a good quote. It's thinking about every single day when you go to sleep. You know, you really don't know if you're going to die when you sleep.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to get to it, you could have a brain aneurysm.
Mm-hmm.
No way to know it, you know. You got hit in the head one time. I worked too hard. You got hit playing too hard, you know. Get a little blood clot. You don't wake up.
Done.
You don't wake up. each day that you wake up, it's pretty much a miracle.
Yeah.
There's so many things that could go wrong. Each day that you wake up, you're a new person.
Mm-hmm.
You went to sleep, you woke up, and you gotta get rid of the regrets from yesterday in order to focus on the today. And the today is we're talking about figuring out who you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's something you gotta figure out
Mm-hmm.
as quickly as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
And this doesn't just have to be passions such as fighting, woodworking, just your job.
Mm-hmm.
This can be something as finding what makes you happy, finding the small things in life, gardening, meditating.
Hobbies. There's like just actions that you can be doing throughout life, with the hopes that you also find your passion in this traveling through your mind, or like the reasons why you want to be better.
Yeah,
those types of things.
What I was trying to say is there are smaller hobbies, like even fighting can be a smaller hobby. Just doing karate, just doing this kind of things, not trying to compete. And if it makes you happy, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
As you look for more overarching passion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's finding those little things that help you complete yourself as a person.
Damn right, exactly.
And it doesn't have to be something you do every day.
Yeah. You don't have to do it every single day. You don't have to monetize it. That's one thing that I hate about this generation is, like, I totally bought into that shit. It was like people were saying that, like, I need to sell this stuff, blah, 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 all my woodworking stuff. And it's like, dude, I'm not here to monetize off of this stuff. I've started making, like, the business of it already, right? I got my profile online and stuff. But, like, I got to remember, I'm not doing any of this stuff for the money. And there's a huge push for like everybody online to make stuff and to post it, and you gotta make money off of your hobbies, or you're wasting time if you're not making money. And it's like sometimes you just need to waste time doing something that you enjoy.
Yeah, sometimes losing that money and keeping true to the passion is worth it more.
Exactly, and it's just that's one thing that you'll probably hear us talk about a little bit, or at least me say quite a few times. Is try not to stick to yourself with like monetization and stuff like that. Like if you want to make a fucking YouTube video, just make a fucking YouTube video. If you want to start a fucking podcast, you don't need a sponsor. Yeah, you don't need like a fuck ton of equipment. You don't need nice ass shit. Like just start it.
And I mean talking about wealth, the greatest wealth is good health.
Damn right, that's
the greatest wealth
true,
is
dude.
good health.
That's absolutely true, because if you're able to fucking feel comfortable and like be
experience
healthy,
life, enjoy life, have the physical condition to truly enjoy life.
Because as soon as you realize, like, as soon as you can't do some shit because of your health, because you can't fucking breathe properly, like you can't run or some shit with your kids just because you can't fucking breathe, dude, you're gonna realize immediately that
you're gonna realize it. Holy shit!
I'm fucking up, and I'm sad now because I can't do the things that I want to.
You know what I realized? People who don't wear glasses and have perfect vision never truly appreciate how perfect their vision is.
Dude, I'm saying they're watching life in 4K.
They are watching life in 4K. Out here we have scratchy glasses, blurry
dude,
shit.
It's not even 4K, these glasses. Fuck, man. I'm probably watching in 360p or some shit. It's like, fuck me. My normalizer 360p.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I would say that too.
They're not. I'm not blind or anything, but
when I took the DMB test, the lady was like, "Well, legally you don't have to wear glasses, but please wear glasses." You know that little line, of
barely.
I mean, you don't have to wear glasses to drive, but fucking wear glasses.
Yeah, I have to wear glasses to drive.
You have to wear glasses to drive.
I can't read signs or anything. I'm nearsighted.
I'm great at guessing. I'm just great at guessing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe that's not a test. I should have guessed that, though.
Right, yeah.
That's a little bit more for me and for public safety.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, getting back on topic, just a little sidetrack. Finding what you want to do, humor. You like making jokes? Fucking make jokes.
Dude, yeah.
You get better at it.
Uh-huh. Humor is everything. Like, people don't realize that everything is... So you said, well, I wanted to say, so like, you said the sooner the better. the sooner you get those 10,000 hours in to become a master, that's like the thing, right? You get 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
and then
everything.
you're a master.
Well, everything requires a different amount of hours to become a master at.
Right.
But most people
That's
say
like
like at 10,000 hours of practice, you are a master
right,
at whatever
you
you
could say
do.
you're a master. Right. So the earlier you find it, the better off you are, right? And then people, just like humor, people don't realize that, or just like woodworking or just like a thing with your hands, humor is just like another craft. And that's why that we have comedians that are fucking hilarious, and that's why that people,
Dave Chappelle,
Yeah.
greatest of all time.
that's why there's people who are like, you can look back at their beginning of their careers and they're like, not that funny, but then you look at them now and they're like, dude, every joke's a fucking slap, and like
Every
they're
set's
blowing
killer.
off they're blowing up fucking every crowd. It's like, if you want something, go and fucking get it, and don't be afraid too. If it's an idea that isn't really out there yet, if it's something that's like fucking new, send it, because that's what fucking gets popular, and that's what
The new is good.
It just takes more time to fucking like build it and build it and build it. But if it is something that's like brand new or some sort of like crazy innovation, take your time with it. Make sure that it is a good
Make it your
product,
baby.
Or make it a baby. Make it a great idea. Make it a great platform, place, whatever it is, and fucking own it, dude.
You gotta fucking take care of it.
Yeah.
And you know, we're talking about finding who you are, and you know, it seems like we're getting off topic, but all of this is part of finding who you are.
Right.
It's finding that baby.
Exactly, because
Nurturing
right now,
it.
you are your baby.
Yeah.
You have to treat yourself like a tiny little baby, and you need to understand that how every single thing that you do has a reaction, and how every single thing that reacts, you can look at that reaction and understand what you are thinking in that moment. You can understand the processes, why you thought
have
that
to
way.
treat yourself like someone you want to help, but at the same time, you can't be a tyrant.
Exactly.
No one you have to look at yourself like not like a prisoner, but like someone you're trying to help. And if you know yourself, you know, you can't just be like, no cookies. You can't start with no cookies.
Exactly.
Everybody loves cookies. I fucking love cookies. There's
man.
cookies at my work, man.
I'm gonna make some cookies tonight.
You making some cookies tonight?
Fuck yeah,
man.
thank you. Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. But you know, you see cookies, you know, sometimes it's okay to take a fucking bite. But
Right.
you also gotta remind yourself, like, you can't be eating 4 fucking cookies.
Exactly.
You can't be buying 2 cookies. You can't be going to the supermarket hungry.
Every
You
single
can't
day.
you can't be hungry driving around and not expect yourself to stop for fast food.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see that fast food restaurant. It's made with lights to draw your attention.
Mm-hmm.
You always see commercials about the food, even when you don't realize it. In between YouTube videos, in between anything, super juicy, super blah blah blah.
Mm.
You're hungry. You look at it, and then you start telling yourself, "Okay, I'm gonna eat it." If you're trying to help yourself, you gotta make sure you're eating good food, so that you're
Damn right.
not hungry.
Exactly.
It's not you're forcing yourself to eat good food, not just spinach and vegetables. You know?
You can eat fucking delicious.
You can
shit
eat fucking
healthily,
delicious,
dude.
healthy.
Like, yeah, we baked some chicken and broccoli last night in one pan, and it was just fucking salt and pepper.
What
and a little bit
what
of
the
butter.
fuck was up with our generation and making broccoli seem unappetizing?
Broccoli is
I
so fucking
never
good.
Understood
It is so delicious.
cartoons or anything about no broccoli.
It's so fucking good.
Like, it is-
cauliflower too. Why is cauliflower not get enough gas?
I don't know,
Do
man.
you like cauliflower?
I fucking love cauliflower.
dude. Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I love every
I feel like we
vegetable
talked
except
about this,
asparagus.
You don't like asparagus.
There's just something about asparagus. It has this weird undertaste. I don't
Jeez.
enjoy it.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
there
like
you go.
coffee. I really don't enjoy the taste of coffee.
Yeah, I think we told that.
I might be warming up to it now because I
Little
had
bit.
I had a bang with coffee in it, and I was like, this isn't that terrible. But that's a pre-workout drink, and I'm like, oh, I'll force myself to drink that shit.
Yeah, I get you. I see.
But you
Man.
know, all these things are helping yourself to like become what you want to be.
Yes.
You know, you
have
gotta
to
figure.
treat yourself like a little baby.
You gotta treat yourself like a little baby, and sometimes little baby gets candy.
Yeah.
But little baby gets one piece of candy a night, maybe.
Right. You got not
Maybe.
even like that. You just gotta make sure that you're treating yourself with care, respectfully. We're not talking about like jumping into a health goal or like
parent
some sort
yourself how you wish your parents had parented you.
Exactly. And doing all these things, like, you know, like we might be rolling a little bit, might not make a complete understand or complete sense yet. It might not make complete sense yet. But what you'll realize with these topics that we have, and like what you'll see is like all of this stuff is one fucking huge circle. Like, I guarantee you that we're going to end up making, like, humongous circles every time. Because we're just going to be ending up talking about the same stuff. But it all is the same.
It's all the same positivity applied to different aspects of your life.
Exactly.
It's just all we're just trying to be positive people. We're
Right.
not trying to pretend we know more than anybody else.
Right.
But, you know, just repeating that positivity, you know. Yeah, we're gonna end up in circles. We're gonna talk about finding yourself, and we're gonna talk about you gotta do what makes you happy. We're gonna talk about what makes you happy, and we're gonna talk about finding yourself.
Yeah, exactly. These things, it's one big ass circle, and what you'll find is it's a lot of information, but it's just training your brain in a way that allows it to generate positivity. And what you start doing is you generate positivity in all of your other aspects throughout your life, and all of your other aspects start to generate other aspects, and that just generates a circle, because it's just the same stuff applied to everything throughout your life, and that brings it to a big old circle. And that's just what that was the thought that I was trying to get off of my head.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, it's just like this stuff is like every time that I'm preaching about this stuff to like people or my friends and shit, like it always feels like you start rolling about one thing, and then another question, and then another question, and then eventually you literally just end up right back where you began. Because it literally is just, if you want to be better, fucking get better.
Be better.
Be better. Put in the work.
You can be better.
It's not impossible.
You have to, talking about being, every single person has the potential to be the greatest person alive or the next Hitler.
Exactly.
That is just a fact.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't think Hitler wasn't that intelligent. Think about the person you hate most in this world and what they have accomplished. And they're probably not that smart of a person. You probably don't like them.
No.
But look at what they accomplished, and then be like, what the fuck? Why can't I get that shit? I'm a better person.
Yeah. Right. Oh, you're talking like, I see what you're saying, like in like the public or whatever.
In the public eye, yeah. There's a lot of people who can achieve a lot of things in the public eye.
I'm gonna say it, fucking the Jenners and like the Kardashians. How the fuck did that bitch really get boned and make millions? Like she boned and made millions. That's a fucking plan right there.
She is a smart motherfucker. And I respect Kim Kardashian a lot.
I respect the business, but
I respect
fuck me, man.
shit out of her.
I do not like them at all. Like I
don't like
any
her.
Of their
I don't like her whatsoever.
Yeah,
I don't like the presence. I don't like
yeah,
her message.
Garbage.
However, she has done a lot to get innocent black people out of jail and pardons and stuff like that, which is the best thing that
she's done.
help. Yeah, it's the best thing she's done. But like any person who helps people who are in prison get pardons and get out of jail, I instantly respect them, because they at least helped one person with their life in an impactful way.
Yeah. Like they're somewhat trying.
At least they did something.
Right.
At least with all that money and all the bad things, you know, I don't know if she's done more bad and it will outweigh the good.
Right.
But at least she tried to tip the karma scales positive.
Right. I see what you mean.
And, you know, talking about finding yourself, helping others, talking to others.
That is a huge thing that people are just so fucking afraid of, I feel like, is, like, actually helping others. And let me tell you, that is one of, like, the greatest feelings that you'll ever get. Like, truly helping somebody and, like, watching the person react to the help and, like, seeing their joy.
And
like,
appreciation.
Actually feeling that, like, quality, like, legitimate joy. Like, it's a fucking good ass feeling.
It's a very good feeling. It's almost selfish to help others because you feel so good afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
Like it is a legitimate thing.
It's weird.
That being said, you know, there is some people who you can't help.
Yeah,
and I think it's important that people understand that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like You know, personally, I've known really bad alcoholics.
Yep.
You can't really help a really bad alcoholic. At a certain point, when someone is drowning, they pull you into the water and they try to drown you.
Yep.
You know, you gotta let them drown, and then while they're drowning, they're gonna realize it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope. You know,
and they're either gonna drown or
most
swim
people
back
who
up.
jump off a bridge, realize afterwards, like, oh wow, life is precious. I'm never doing that again. If you survive the jump, you're gonna have a super good perspective on life because you're gonna realize, no, I truly don't want to die. There's just so many things weighing me down that I can't think about what I truly want, and I just thought, all right, maybe death is the answer, but it's never the answer.
No, sir. No, it is not.
It's never the answer.
Man, I've never even really thought about like that perspective from like a suicidal jump and then
From
they
a suicidal
survived
jump.
off a bridge. Yeah, I've never really even thought of that.
So this is something I did. Like I don't like. This isn't something most people should do. You know, this is more like a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I get a tub of water, and I insert my face into it, so that like if I try to breathe, I drown. You know, I get the sensation of drowning. You know, I do that like every 2 months, and I always feel sharp afterwards. I always feel sharp. I do it until I feel that sensation of like suffocation, and then I breathe. And that breath of air is the best thing alive. That breath of air when you actually need it.
I mean, yeah, I bet, because it's like your whole fucking reality stopping. But
well, yeah, I don't do it to the point that my vision goes black. I do it to the point that
just barely.
Air.
Jeez, man, I couldn't do
it.
I'm just starting to try to get into cold showers, man.
Cold showers are hard, man. You gotta do room temperature water.
That's
you know,
what
you gotta
I'm
do
doing.
hot. You go down to room temperature water, and then you slowly lower it, and your body adjusts to the cold.
I'm just fucking with like medium heat right now, trying to cool
down. I used to do cold showers a lot. I've gotten away from it, and whenever I do a cold shower now, I'm like crying like a little bitch because I'm no longer used to it.
Yeah,
but it's all conditioning,
it
you know.
Is, yeah.
And it's small sacrifices that give you that clarity that help you find yourself.
Hell yeah.
That's also kind of like why I wanted to bring that up. You know, that helps you think about what you want.
Because it's like triggering your brain because it's just like stress.
Dum. Stress is good for your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Stress is good for your stomach. But it has to be controlled stress.
Exactly.
You can't overstress your body and then get mad at your body for failing you. But you can stress your body and then continuously slowly stressing it until it adapts and it's able to handle it.
Right.
And that's what you do with fighting. That's what you do with weightlifting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you got to do with life.
Woodworking.
That's what you do with woodworking.
It's all
how stressed
practice.
out do you get woodworking?
Pretty fucking stressed out, man.
Pretty fucking stressed out, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you're making a new piece. That's when you're pushing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're doing something that you care if you mess up
yeah,
with.
Exactly.
That's not when you're making a cutting board.
Yeah, no.
Cutting
I know
board.
What I'm doing, yeah.
You know what you're doing. It's easy.
It's easy.
How many
work.
How many cutting boards could you truly knock out? Like in
a day?
In a day.
Probably like a solid 10, I feel like.
Solid 10, good, nice cutting boards, you know, no problem. But you can't make 10
completely.
Cabinets. You can't make cabinets.
No, I haven't made cabinets yet.
Yeah, you make one cabinet, and each little stroke, each little piece you're putting together for the whole, you worry about it.
Yeah. You stress the fuck out at every single joint. It's I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that without having ever woodworked, because things in life translate to each other.
Exactly. It all works the same. Yeah.
That stress helps. It's good for you, and it helps you find yourself.
Yeah.
And you know that breathing thing I do with the water, like that also has to do with MMA and getting choked out and understanding your limits. Understanding your limits. You know, if you never held your breath as long as you can, you should do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when was the last time I've done it, but I definitely have, like to the point of like that.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of things that like help you appreciate things. Is the absence of them. Like for example, this conversation. You know, to everybody listening, you know, this is what 5 seconds actually feel like. 5. That was 5 seconds.
Pretty fucking long, I bet.
It's a void. It's when the void is there is when you realize the conversation and what it sounds like and what you enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, always listening to white noise, it's good, but sometimes silence is also good.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta appreciate things.
Let me tell you, if you're always listening to sound and then you
don't
jump
get used
into
to silence.
you're gonna be ringing and you're gonna be really uncomfortable. So get comfortable with silence. We could talk about that like for a whole episode.
Yeah, getting comfortable being with yourself, getting comfortable being with more people. You know,
Yeah.
if you have a fear of crowds, the best thing you can do is look at a crowd.
Yeah, and just
you know, if you go to a crowd and you get a panic attack and you go home and you're like, all right, I'm never going out again. That's not the right response.
No, yeah,
you should be mad at yourself for trying to for overstressing yourself.
Right.
You need to look at pictures of crowds on your phone until it no longer stresses you.
Yeah.
Then you need to walk
steps.
towards a crowd.
Baby steps.
Then you need to be in a crowd for 10 minutes.
You don't just chunk up walls. You don't just throw drywall onto some barely 2x4s thrown up onto a
and
house.
call it a house.
Yeah, no, that's not it. That motherfucker gonna crumble first wind push. Like, yeah, you gotta build up the fucking foundation, build it up piece by piece, just like you're talking about. Simple as that.
Simple as that. And you know, it's a hard struggle. It's everybody has their own struggle, and it isn't for people to determine somebody else's struggle. You know.
Yeah, we're not saying anything like that. You know.
You just have to work on yourself to the best of your abilities and understand that each day you're gonna get better.
Damn right. Simple
and that's
as
what
that.
really matters.
Exactly. Simple as that. That's our overarching message, I feel like, you know. Besides the one world, one
crew, you know, and one crew, part of it is, you know, we're one crew. We should want everybody to be good.
Yes. Yeah.
You want to help people where you can.
Because let me tell you, when we're all fucking thriving and striving, man, we're all fucking doing good. It's just gonna be best for the economy, for our societies, and everything.
You can light 1,000,000 candles with one candle, and you'll never lose that one candle's flame.
Exactly.
You know that's happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's finding yourself. That's anything in life. You know, if you're enjoying it, you can teach other people how to enjoy themselves.
Exactly.
You can teach other people how to enjoy your passion, enjoy your things, you know, and finding yourself, it's a process, you know. I truly don't know who I truly am, probably until the day I will die.
Really? You think?
Oh, I think so, 100%. I love the discovering new things, you know. I understand myself very well. I know what I'm willing to do, you know, like life in case scenario. I'm pretty sure I know how I would react, you know, but at a certain point, you never truly know who you are until you can look back at your life and be like, yeah.
This was it. Yeah. Right.
This was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then off to the next one.
Right. Let's go do it again.
Let's go do it again.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, you can't actually make that decision until you're faced with the information that you need.
Yeah, I think the face of death would, like, change who you are also at the same, because we're talking about finding who you are, but who you are isn't this inflexible, unchanging thing. It changes with the things you do. It grows with you, and you know, when you're always searching for who you are, you're always growing who you are.
Exactly.
So that's a big part of it. Is if you're trying to figure out who you are, you realize, holy shit, I'm an actor. I'm this great actor, you know. You work 20 years to be an actor and you get an Oscar. You're going to realize, holy shit, am I just an actor?
Yeah.
You got to find something else. You can't just rely on that one
Nobody's
thing.
just a solo dolo. Everybody's got multiple interests and
you have multiple interests, and you have the possibility to get more interest, gain more interest, and change your interests.
Yeah, exactly. And learn just the entire thing, you know, learn more things about who you are.
Learn more things about who you are.
Simple as that, boys and girls.
Yeah. You also got to do things that you want to do that will make you a better person.
Right. Helping people.
Putting
out for your community, like putting out for your community, putting up for your community.
Yeah, helping your friends.
Yeah, just
being there for your friends.
Help. And if you found the light, You can definitely provide light for others.
I see
100%.
I see a lot of posts in social media about people and their friends, and I'm like, those aren't really your friends. Like, it seems like a lot of people have very fake friends that are just superficial friends.
That's something that we'll have to talk about for a whole nother episode.
Yeah, but the reason why I think that happens is because you're not true to yourself. You're just with these people for this illusion.
Right, because you're just part of the clique, because you joined in just because you thought that was cool, or because you are somebody now, but you don't like yourself, and you're realizing now that this is not who you want to be around, and those types of things. We gotta save that for another episode, though.
You gotta save that for another.
Topic.
That is a very
it's
long rabbit hole.
We might do that next episode, actually, because that is a super good one. But I think we're gonna end it here, boys and girls. Really nice talk. I like this one. Hope you all learned something. If you did, you know the drill. onecrewpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know.
And if you need help with anything, you need to talk.
Right.
Like there's a lot of lines you can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of them.
Yup.
You can send us an email. We'll try to respond as quickly as possible and help you in the way we can.
Yes.
The One Crew Podcast. This was Matthias.
This is Dylan.
Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Listening.
Nam Budaya.